Hello, everyone. Today we are going to have a great session with you, trying another camera. Hopefully it will not be upside down for you when we start drawing. Thank you for joining. So today our topic is my inner fire. And I'm on fire. I'm very in red already. Let me know in the chat where are you from and what your experience with Neurographics is. I'm in Seattle. After long summer, we had our rain come back. To be able to ask questions and see my messages, you need to be subscribed to my YouTube channel. So if you would like, please do so. It will take 1 minute to propagate, and then I think you should be able to see them, see the messages and send your own. Our session today will be around 60-90 minutes. Okay, while you are writing, let me start. So my inner fire algorithm is one of the algorithms in my upcoming course, also named My Inner Fire, a neurographics journey through purpose and passion. And I will give to link to this course information about this course at the end of our session today for those who are interested. For today's session, no drawing skills are needed, just an open mind, open heart, a pen, and a piece of paper. Again, for those who just joined, if you would like to participate in the messages, please subscribe to the channel and you should be able to. If you would like to get personal feedback on our drawing today, still stay until the end and I will share a link with you where you can submit your drawing. There will be a form and I will tell you where and how. My name is Tatiana Teppoeva. I have PhD and 2 master's degrees. One is from Harvard. I have 17 years in tech industry. I'm an AI patent holder and certified personality profiler and nonverbal communication expert with over 20 certificates in coaching, psychology, and similar areas. And of course, I'm an official instructor and supervisor of Neurographics, so I'm totally qualified to be here with you today. And today we will map the emotional layers of our inner spark, the passions, values, and quiet truth that fuel our life. We will reclaim our energy, remove what dims our flame, and gently reawaken our sense of purpose and joy. This algorithm is perfect for anyone who is feeling stuck, drained, or ready to reconnect with your own motivation. Whether you are reigniting creativity, rediscovering meaning, or simply wanting to feel more alive and energetic in your daily life. So what you will need today is a thick piece of paper, A4 or A5 format, or a sketchbook, a black marker, or a few of different thickness if you have a few, colored pencils, markers, or highlighters, something of those ones. If you don't have those, just print paper and a pen would work for the beginning. But if you decide to continue with Neurographics, I recommend that you get those supplies. I see in Seattle, and this is my first time hearing of Neurographics. Sounds intriguing. So I'm happy to be here and learn more. Thank you, Tessa. Welcome. We will learn more today. And you will have a chance to practice. Hopefully you will like it and feel some difference. Okay, so If someone joins later, hopefully they can catch up with us. But I would like to start talking about the inner fire topic today. So there are many energy drainers in our life. And I'm not just talking for the sake of talking. In neurographics, it's very important step when we activate our neurons so we can fully emerge into the process of drawing and working with our conscious and subconscious at the same time. So please listen and see what reactions you have, maybe some thoughts. So energy drainers. Energy drainers, there could be many of them. And in my course, I have 100 energy drainers that we can come up with. And I'm sure that we can even build a longer list. But let's talk about common ones that people talk about. So one is analyzed to be a reason for burnt out very often is lack of results in areas where you put a lot of effort. So if we work hard, whether it's at family or at work, and we don't see results that we would like to, then it drains energy, demotivates, and eventually may lead to burnout. Some routines that we don't enjoy. So routine means that we repeat something, and if it's something that we don't like, then we constantly get this negative feeling or emotional feedback or whatever it is. Then perfectionism. We try to do our best, but best is very hard to achieve. There is always a way to do it better. So we are never satisfied. Those are who perfectionists. So it's also one of the drainers. Another one is stereotypes that we should look a particular way, that we should speak particular way, that we should live a particular way, or even what we should want. So it makes a bar high for us, and we're constantly thinking, oh, are we getting to that bar or not? And endless musts. We must do that. We owe someone that. And oftentimes it's just in our mind that we believe that we need to do this and that and particular way maybe. Then the next thing is people. People who don't value our time or things that matter to you. So something important to us, but we don't see it reflected people. Then we work too much without rest, just working. Another one, we compare ourselves to others instead to ourselves in the past. There are always Instagram images and people around us, and all of them look great. And we don't know how much work behind it. It just look awesome. And sometimes it's in our mind. We have some ideal image of someone or how we should be. I mentioned it before, and we try to achieve it. And it's not a good perspective. It's better to compare how I was a week ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, and see if I made any progress in specific area that I'm working on. Then it will be a fair comparison. The next one is we keep warming others who borrow our time and energy but don't get it back. So we give, but we don't get back, and we drain because we are constantly giving. We try to meet others people's expectations or fit into someone else's image. Oftentimes it can be parents who would like us to be a doctor or a teacher or whoever it is, or maybe it's in the family or at work, that there are some expectations that we're supposed to fulfill, and we know about them, or maybe it's something that we think we should fulfill. Then another one, we try to be ideal for someone, to be a good girl or good boy. It kind of correlates with the previous one. Then we stay silent to avoid hurting others. We tolerate and allow our boundaries to be pushed further and further. So we feel that it's not comfortable for us. We feel that it's maybe even not normal or what we consider to be normal, but we still tolerate it, not to cause conflict, not to argue, or cause any discomfort, even for ourselves, because arguing is not pleasant. Confronting someone is not pleasant. Telling someone about our boundaries may be unpleasant. So we tolerate it. So, and there could be more, of course, but these are a few and would be sufficient for us to start working on our algorithm moving forward. So, as we begin our transformation, please don't try to analyze. Just ask questions, answer my questions, and draw and feel energy, how it's shifting, what's going on. I will talk more about reflection. It's also a very important element of neurographics. But don't analyze, just give it your attention, and that's it, because we don't need it necessarily for neurographics. It works on its own. So first thing we will start, now let me move the camera. Mhm. So today we will work in portrait format for this algorithm. I have a little bit smaller piece of paper. I have a free or A5 I have, so you don't need to wait for me long while I'm drawing. But I recommend that you have a regular letter or A4 size for today's exercise or algorithm. And hopefully we are ready. First, what we will do, we can sign our paper and algorithm here. This is, I usually recommend. So you keep track of your work. And we will add a date, so we also know when we did it. Today is what, October 12th, 2025. And now, on the topic that we just talked with you, things that drain our energy, we will be writing everything that comes to your mind. It can be something that I just mentioned. It can be something completely new and different. So anything. If something completely unrelated comes to mind, just write it down as well. If it came up, maybe it has some meaning, and later on you can look at those words and think how it can be related to the topic. If not, then it's fine. But don't try to analyze, because it will not be a subconscious work. We call this exercise a brain dump. So let me put a timer for us, 2 minutes. So I will tell you when time is up. So for 2 minutes, please write anything that comes to your mind when I ask you what drains your energy. Let's go. Time is up. Now let's count how many words we have. You can count meaningful words. Um, and we count approximately. We try to get 18, 20 words at least. If we have fewer, then we can consciously think and add them to the list. I have about 26. So this is done to activate neurons and also for you to get into your topic so you can feel what you are working on. So we are not mechanically drawing here. We are working with our theme, and to make it personal to you, we need to have your own words, not just mine that I previously shared. So I assume that you've done. If you want, you can put in the chat how many words you've got. If you just joined, you need to be subscribed to YouTube channel to be able to see my messages and send me yours, questions and comments. And for those who are done, let's flip the page in portrait format, grab a marker, and we will start our drawing. I will periodically just check to make sure that you can see. So if you are ready, let's start with drawing ourselves on this paper. So let's place ourselves somewhere at the top. You can decide what size it will be. It will be a circle shape. Mine is like that. If it's not a perfect circle, that's totally fine. We are not here for perfection. We are here to work on our inner. And you can sign if you want that it's me or I, if you would like. And at the bottom, I'm showing you how to do it, but try to do it your own way. So, for example, at the bottom, we will be now putting a line between our space and space of what drains us. So I will put line, for example, here. You may put it here. So try to feel it where your line is. And it can be a narrow line, it can be a simple line. For this particular, it doesn't matter. So while we are doing it, I will explain narrow line. It's a line that we intentionally move. So for example, if I would just follow the line, it would be probably a straight line for me or close to that. But I intentionally challenge myself and try to navigate in some direction. Sometimes even 1-2 degrees is enough, but it needs to be intentional. So this is our narrow line. But if you just did a regular line in this area, that's fine. And now under this line, we will try to put different shapes. You can use circles, triangles, or squares that would reflect those things that drain us. We usually do 5-9 items in Neurographics because over 9 it's hard for the brain, and below 5 it's probably too few, especially when we talk about drainers. So you can combine them into groups, or you can pick specific ones, maybe from your list that you had before, maybe something new comes to mind, maybe something I shared. So it's up to you how you do it. Listen to your intuition. I will give you some hints. You will see what I'm doing, but try to customize it to your own thinking process. So, for example, I want to put past events that I don't feel good about for whatever reason. So, let's say there are multiple events, and even if I want, I can even add some different shapes inside. like that. And you can sign for yourself if you want later to remember what you did, but you don't have to. Then maybe things I did or didn't do. And again, we can put some shapes inside if we would like. Some old memories that drain me, maybe you as well. If so, please put it there. Maybe some unpleasant interactions with people that I had. Moments when I betrayed myself. I wanted to do something or didn't want to do something, but still didn't or did because someone told me so, or I felt it was a better way to go at that moment. Things that I tolerated, but I shouldn't have. I just tolerated because I didn't want to cause conflict or thought it was okay, not a big deal. Then, so I have 6. I can add a few more. Then I would add for myself perfectionism. I'm working on it. What else? Thoughts loops that I keep chewing on some thoughts again and again. Those are draining. I have 8. I will add one more. I will add just everything else that is draining me, but I didn't mention, didn't capture, something that didn't come to my mind at the moment. So this is our collection of what is draining us. And for each of us, it could be a different set of things. And now we will work on getting our energy back from those items and resolving them to change the trajectory of how we approach those things. So we will be working on the rest of the algorithm from bottom up. We will be connecting, first step here is connecting each of the shapes. I have 9, so I have at least 9 lines connecting to myself. And while I will be doing that, I will be thinking that those drainers, they're below this line that I put for myself. They no longer serve me, and I would like to get my energy back. And when we draw a line, we are thinking that we are getting this energy back. Try to feel it, how you release this energy drainer that it no longer serves you, but you would like to get the energy that you had invested into that back to you. So let me show you. We can start from the edge of the paper on any side or from the shape itself. It doesn't matter at the moment. And we try to do near a line again. So maybe it would be a straight line for me, but I try to challenge my hand. And it looks like nearer. And then I do another shape. Lines can cross. Just draw how intuitively you feel. Just make sure that you challenge your line so it's not straight or cyclical. And here I had one line going through 2 shapes. I can still do another one through the second shape, or I can have one. It's up to us to decide how it feels right at the moment. And try to feel how this energy comes back. Drawing near a line and not just a line is important. It's one of the main elements in neurographics when we challenge our standard thinking patterns. So if it's your first walk and maybe it's harder to do, just do your best. And with time it gets easier. I see that my lines here today are also in some areas stereotypical. For example, this section is not the best neural line, but oftentimes it depends on the topic that we work on. For some topics it can be easier, for some topics it can be harder. So our body reacts differently, and that's why lines look differently as well. But we do our best. So I think I'm good with my lines. Somewhat looks like a bonfire. I would be interested to see yours if you send me after our session. So now hopefully you are with me. If you want to add more lines, you can do it later. So let's move together to the next step. Next step is very important because this is the second important step when we round things. So let me show you first. I pick any corner intersection that is sharp and I round it to make it smooth. The idea that if I extend this kind of arc that I'm doing, that it will be a circle. We don't do the circle, but it's just for you to understand what kind of smoothness we expect. So when we round, whatever we reflected on this page on our topic, we will be rounding in our brain as well. So we redoing, kind of remaking our relationship with this topic and with those elements in our subconscious and conscious at the same time. So as I mentioned, first important element is neural line, and the second rounding. And I don't recommend to interrupt your work during rounding because we activated all the neurons on this topic and we would like to make progress on it. If we interrupt ourselves and do something else and then forget and come back, our neurons will not be working as effective as they would right now after all the work that we've done. And I mentioned that two steps are important, lines, neural lines and rounding, but other steps we have in each algorithm, eight steps. Each step is important. So we don't skip any of the steps, but those two are the core of the neurographics process. And we keep doing that until we are done with all of them. Ask yourself what thoughts come to mind, what body sensations you have, maybe some emotions that arose, or something else that you feel. Those are reflection questions that we ask ourselves at each step of the algorithm. And according to the author of the method, it's about 30% of success. So since we are investing time in this work, let's do this reflection as well. Oftentimes it's hard for people to feel body sensation. People often say that they don't feel anything. If it's your case as well, no worries. Just ask those questions so you get attention in that area of reflection, and just continue. Ask yourself, why did you start in this particular area? Maybe you started where I started, just following me. Maybe you started in a different area. Then ask yourself why there. Maybe you don't know, that's totally fine. Oftentimes we ask questions, we don't get answers in neurographics, but we have our brain working. So work is continuing in any way. You notice that I became less talkative. This is a process. This is a process. When you start working on it, you get into your own thoughts, your own process. And I need intentionally to bring myself back and talk to you, which decreases in intensity of the work. So it's not that efficient. So when you do your work, please don't watch TV, don't listen to something else, don't let others distract you, because it will all decrease the level of engagement and thus effectiveness of this work. But I don't worry about it today because I'm here for you. So I'm here to guide you. So I will be bringing myself back. You may have some feeling of resistance. Maybe you don't like rounding. Maybe you say, oh, too many things to round, or what a stupid thing to do. Oh, maybe you are really enjoying it and already know effectiveness of this process. So if there is any resistance, and we often have resistance in neurographics because our brains don't like change. They like status quo, they like what is familiar, because the main intention is to keep us safe. So when we start working and challenge, it's maybe about resistance. For different people, it works differently, and even for the same person, it may work differently depending on the topic and algorithm. Same person may enjoy doing neurographics works on one topic, but find it very challenging to start with another topic. But over time, if you continue, it gets better and better, easier and easier. So just drink some water if you have it nearby. Breathe. We try to make our exhale longer than inhale. It's not a particular requirement in neurographics, but it helps to process all feelings, everything that comes to surface during this walk. And again, think about reflection. Maybe some new thoughts came to mind, maybe some images, some emotions. I will give you a minute to do it quietly. Feel again how you get this energy back from each of them. If you sign them, you can see and think about particular item or area. If you didn't sign, just in general, or maybe you remember. If you have shapes inside of your other shapes, connect them with lines so they are not hanging. I'm getting to the end of the rounding of the shapes. Maybe you started in a different area, it's totally fine. I recommend to round everything that you can catch at the moment, but Neurographics allows us to do 70%. Consider it good enough. I recommend do everything, especially at the beginning. We always miss something, so it's not 100% usually anyways. But if you skip something and find it later, you can round it later as well. So I'm getting to the intersections with line that I designated to separate area of those draining items. And then I will go into intersections between lines. And when I round it, I feel like, oh, I feel this energy coming out of those shapes. And this rounding helps. It's supposed to release some tension about the topic, and hopefully you started feeling it. If not, that's also totally normal. Just keep going. So depending on how many lines you have, maybe you are done with rounding, maybe you have more lines and you have more to round. In Neurographics, the quality of the work is defined by number of the lines. So the more lines we have, the better the quality of the work we do for our conscious and subconscious. But at the same time, we need to balance it with the time it takes to round everything. So take a look at your drawing. Maybe you would like to add more lines. If you already have many, then and you will not be able to round everything with me. You can finish it after our session, but I recommend to finish it. Ideally, we move together, but I cannot see where you are. As we move, think about all this energy coming back to you. Maybe some thoughts that You would like to revisit some of the approaches, some of the things that you do or don't do that we discussed, and maybe approach things differently. One question that may be helpful, if I loved myself, truly loved myself, because sometimes we say, I love myself, but if we look at our actions, we don't always do something that we would if we truly loved ourselves. So if we ask ourselves that if I truly loved myself, would I do that? Or how would I do that? And think from this perspective. Maybe something that you would want to change. If it seems impossible to change because some routines, some obligations, some of the things, maybe there are some alternative approaches, something else that can come to mind. Even if it's not immediate answer, still try to question it. How can I do it differently? And answers from neurographics may come later, and oftentimes they come unexpectedly. Sometimes we actually doesn't even correlate. Something changed, we do or think differently, and then after some time we may realize, oh, this thing changed. I didn't even notice that I started thinking or doing something differently. And oftentimes we even never realize it because we don't analyze the results. We don't remember how it was back then. So it may happen in different ways. But asking questions is very helpful, even if you don't get answers right away or at all. So as I'm in the circle that represents me, I'm thinking how this drained energy is coming back and how it feels. All the space that I had for my inner fire, all the different ways I could use this energy in what I really want to do, in things I really want to think about, in actions I want to take, in people I would like to spend time with. And how great this all would be. And we continue, and let's ask ourselves how we feel, what body sensations we may have. I'm working too hard. I started feeling some tingling. I want to get this drained energy back. And then I have some sensation in my neck. And then we ask what kind of thoughts we may have or emotions. Do you feel calmer than when we started or more energized or maybe something else? Maybe you can think what I can do today, even maybe to decrease number of those draining things around you, or maybe spend some time evaluating them. I'm done with the rounding of our main composition. Our next step is to add some lines so our composition is not hanging. So I will add a few, not too many, so we don't spend too much here on rounding. So we can do like lighter lines. So if we want to keep our composition more pronounced, those are also nearer lines. Like that would be good enough. And we also need to round all new corners that got formed because we added those lines again. If you want to add more lines, you can definitely do it right now or later. It's up to you. But the idea that the whole composition is integrated, so there are no big white spots, nothing is hanging. So for example, I would add here a line at the bottom because it feels like my circle here is hanging, and maybe one line here for the triangle. So everything kind of spread and stretched across the edges of the paper. Everything is connected. And now, after we are done with this step, we can go into coloring. I will use highlighters, but you can use colored pencils or colored markers. For the beginners, we recommend to use markers. I will use them because it's faster, so you don't need to stay with me 2 hours. And in this algorithm, I recommend to color from bottom up. We do it differently. Not every algorithm requires us to go in a particular direction. But in this one, because we are bringing our draining things and our energy back, let's bring it from the bottom up. Colors, choose for yourself whatever resonates with you. I will try to use something that would reflect energy, fire. So I have some orange here that I will use. Yellow, this one. And because we are talking about energy and fire, let's do it as a flow. In my work, I like to do particular shapes like this. But for this algorithm, it's better if we do flow from the bottom up. And also try to feel that energy that we released from those draining activities, items, thoughts, whatever we have, is going back to you as energy, as potential for something else, something that you can create with. We try to make a smooth color without like white spaces. Sometimes dry markers don't allow for the good coverage, but we can go over a second time, or we can even use colored pencils on top of the marker if needed. Sometimes even in the same set of highlighters, some can be good and some can be dry, even new ones. And then I add another color. The way you want to frame your flames here, it's up to you. They don't need to be straight or particular thickness. It's how you feel. The rule we have about color in neurographics is that we don't have individual cells. So no cell of one color. So if you have particular color on your piece of paper, then it should be at least in 2 adjacent cells. You can repeat same color in different areas of your drawing. Thing that I don't like about highlighters and markers, that they mix with the black marker and they make work look dirty, but it doesn't affect the quality of the inner work that we do. So not a big deal, it's only aesthetics. If you have a bigger piece of paper, it's probably easier. You can just do like big strokes and color it faster. Okay, you can take your drawing and look from another angle if you want to change something, maybe. Add color. We can also add lines as we work, even after we complete our work. If you later feel that, oh, I want to add a line, or I want to add some color or something else, you can do that, because transformation is happening, and your perception of the work is happening as well, is changing. Sorry, I meant perception is changing as well. I took another marker and it seems very similar to the previous one. Yeah, and sometimes it happens we look at the color of the cap or the body of the marker from outside, and it's one color, and when we start using it, it's a different one. So if some work is very particular and you want to use particular colors, then have a piece of paper nearby where you can test them before you use them. We can also leave white color on our drawings. It's also considered a color in Neurographics. The only thing that we don't leave more than 30%. So if you decide to leave white, make it 30% or less. So I'm now thinking what other area I would like. And feel again if there are any emotions, any sensations, any thoughts that come to you as you do that. How you feel about the topic. I don't have a red highlighter. I would use some probably red here, but this would be my red. My paper is quite thick, so it absorbs a lot of marker ink. And also it has a grain, and because of that, it leaves some white spots. And with some colors, it's more visible than with others. But it doesn't that important in Neurographics as long as we don't have patches or sharp strokes of marker or pencil, whatever we are using. But as far as your comfort and enjoyment, it's nice to find markers, highlighters, pencils that you like, and paper as well that you like. Then the work itself is more enjoyable. This marker is not very juicy. Maybe I use it a lot. Sometimes I just flip the marker. It's not that convenient because of the angle, but it has more juice, and it gives some time for another side to get ready for me. Breathe in, breathe out. Make your exhale longer. A little bit longer than your inhale. Think how it would be if you could get all this energy that is spending on draining activities, get back and repurpose into something that we really love and enjoy doing. What if we can actually do that? Take it and repurpose it, and also make some changes to help us drain less. Is there one thing or couple things that you can do right away? For me, what comes to mind, like take breaks. I didn't think it's not the first time already. Today, while we are drawing, it comes to my mind. And then work on my boundaries. So this is how it looks like. I will leave areas here white, but I will add a little bit to my circle. And actually, it would be a good thing to show you how a mistake would look like when coloring. So this is one single cell of one color, violet, or they don't say. Purple, violet. So what do we do if we happen to have this one cell? We either can color another one, for example, adjacent here or here, or easy way, if you don't want to add any more lines, is to separate existing. So I can just take, for example, this line and extend it to another area. It could be completely new line as well. But as long as now I have two cells here, it's considered that I resolved potential mistakes that I could have. Okay, so I hope you are with me. Maybe you are ahead of me, maybe you're a little bit behind. If you are behind, you can add more color later. It's not a problem. So now we need to introduce field lines. Those are thicker black lines. If you have a thicker marker, you can take it. If not, you can use the ones that you use at the beginning for drawing nearer lines. We just make them thicker by going multiple times over same line. But if you have a thicker marker, you can end up doing it just once. So we can do 1, 2, or 3 lines. I recommend doing them from bottom up again, because this is the purpose of our algorithm, to bring things up that drained our energy. And we can choose, it can be any line. For example, we can use like a flame. If we think like maybe it's bonfire, maybe we can bring it up to here on both sides. Maybe it's in the center, maybe it's something random. So it's up to you. And I don't know yet where I will draw it. So we can close eyes, or without closing eyes, just use our hand over the paper and think like where I would like those lines to be. And the lines in Neurographics, those thicker ones, They designate some support that we are getting from outside, some direction, some energy. So we definitely would like to have them. And I'm thinking, I think that for now I will do just one line in the middle, even though I also would like those on the side, but I will do one and think about that more later. If I truly want to add them or not, and if I do, I can at any time. And we go over existing lines, or we can draw new ones. I could just go on top of everything. Or we can do like both, partially go on top of existing lines, and then where we feel we want to go, but there is no line, we can draw new ones. And for us, it's important that we make those lines the way that they're thicker than the previous lines. And also, when we take our drawing and look at it, it should pop up. So it should attract our attention. So see if you are comfortable adding lines. For me, when I started doing neurographic, it was really hard. Oftentimes, it's hard for people who do many things themselves. They don't ask for help. But we want external help and support. So let's make them pronounced. Okay, I think I'm good. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it as well. So now let's do our next step. If you are drawing more lines, please feel free to draw them later or finish now, because we are almost done with the algorithm. So you can just do your step and keep an eye on what I'm doing so you can finish it later. Or you can follow me and then get back to this step and finish it after we complete the work. So next one would be fixation figure. Fixation figure in neurographics is when we manifest result that we want to get. And in this algorithm, I will make a recommendation. In many algorithms, it's up to us. The requirement is that it should be a circle or some roundish figure, and it could be a circle somewhere. But in this algorithm, because we work on getting what drained us into our current state, into our energy, convert it and use it, I suggest that we make our circle where we brought this energy as a fixation figure. So if you agree, let's make this circle thicker, and it should be about same thickness as field lines that we have. And it also should pop up. When we look at this work, at this drawing, at some angle, it should pop up. So in this particular case, it doesn't matter in what direction you go, right, left. So as long as we make it a little bit thicker, you can see maybe that I'm trying to make this line wavy. You don't have to. It can be a little bit challenging at the beginning to do that, but if you would like to try, you definitely can. So it's again going over our circle or roundish shape, whatever we had initially, and trying to challenge our hand a little bit and our line, so it's roundish. But the amplitude is not large, so we are staying on our